Hi there. Today, after having met up with them again on Sunday at the Townfields Gala, I went down and helped a lady called Sandy with a report that she's doing in regards to people's mental health experiences and what they could help provide for people, what actually needs to be provided for people that have mental health issues. This is an ongoing thing that places such as Healthwatch, where Sandy and Andrew Goodall work or are tied to, are always striving to find out. Throughout the last few years since I joined one of the groups, the peer support groups in Doncaster in 2011, there's always been an effort made to try and have a dialogue with people that have the lived experience of mental illness as to what it is that would, outside of medication and counselling, help people that may become socially isolated, etc., through the mental illness. Some of this social isolation is self-inflicted, but it is because there are financial restraints due to the increasing cuts that are being made to services, funding, etc. and NIM. Because when a person is suffering from really low mental health, they're feeling as depressed as they possibly could, as anxious as they possibly could about going out, feeling severely paranoid, feeling that people's statuses on social media, etc., are aimed at them, that everything that people that are friends are doing and saying is aimed at attacking them. I probably shouldn't go too much into detail about what I said, but I'm going to just talk about what things I know would personally help me. I know when I'm feeling at my lowest and it looks like that I'm just being lazy, I don't have any motivation to go out of my flat to go and visit friends or relatives. I sleep a lot during the day, which means I end up being awake throughout the night. I have a constant issue with my brain not really shutting down, which increases my level of tiredness. Thoughts are constantly going around, including what YouTube video I could make and things like that, and whether or not I'm going to even cook a meal. One of the problems with having a mental illness and being in that low state with whatever your mental illness is, be it depression, anxiety like I've got, or bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, everybody gets low points where they don't want to do the basic domestic chores, such as don't want to wash up, don't want to vacuum, don't even want to take care of all of their personal hygiene. For me personally, regardless of if I'm going out or not, I do still take care of my personal hygiene. So I have a bath at least every other day, keep my hair clean and that kind of thing, but when it comes to looking after the flat, it's not untidy. I'm not saying everything's away or anything like that, but there are certain things that I struggle with. Having somebody who is possibly peer support trained or some such thing, be able to come in and help motivate somebody who's in that low point, maybe just by talking to them, sitting down and having a cup of tea and a chat with them to start with, and helping bolster their confidence, and then find a way of being able to tackle the things that they're having difficulty tackling, such as if they haven't washed up their pots for a few days or for quite a while, if you've sat and had that conversation to find out what it is, what's wrong, then it'll be easier to be able to together, working together, not just saying, right, now we've had this conversation, go and wash up. Like, if you do it as like a team, it's a team effort. So like, if one person washes up and the other person dries up, and then you put the things away together, or if there's clothes that need putting away, doing that. These are simple things that I know I've had support with in the past for other reasons, but they don't necessarily have the support to do now. I know it can become incredibly irritating for people that are trying to peer support somebody if that person is seemingly continuously asking for somebody to come and help them do things that they should be able to do themselves. But the problem with mental illness and being really low mentally with depression and anxiety is that even those things that for the most part they probably could do themselves, like organising what they need to get rid of and what they need to keep from boxes and things like that. Anybody who suffers from a mental illness of any kind knows that even the simplest seeming tasks become like an uphill struggle. Also, the financial difficulties. If you're on a limited amount of money, if your money has decreased from what you used to get, such as if you used to be on disability living allowance, or if you were deemed as not able to access personal independent payment, you don't qualify for either of those, and you haven't as yet been transferred over onto universal credits, you haven't been able to rework out your budget to where calendar monthly, and if you're having to pay certain things off that you can't afford to pay, if your money is reduced but you're still being expected to pay exactly the same amount to everybody that you were paying before all your money was reduced, having somebody come in who can help you to work out all that, what you can afford to get, what you can't afford to get, how much you can afford to put on utilities, how much you can afford to spend on household things that you normally would need, such as like your cleaning products and making sure that you've got food, and maybe even helping you budget in to be able to buy clothes or do like a clothes swapping or something like that. Obviously I've got clothes that aren't going to fit me, or the things that I'm not going to wear that could go to somebody that would wear them, that it would fit, and then like if they've got something that they wouldn't wear that doesn't fit them, then if it's something that I like, we could have like that clothes swapping thing, so that reduces the financial burden. Like I said, having somebody come in who can help you with practical skills, such as if you're not the best cook in the world, then you fall back on buying takeaways and things like that, or going and buying snack food from the shop, or eating out a lot. If you've got somebody who comes in and teaches you those practical skills, like, because not everybody who's got a place of their own necessarily knows how to do all the domestic stuff if they were never really taught properly by anybody. And I'm not saying that anybody's to blame for that, but if they were never really taught properly by anybody how to do these things, then obviously they're going to struggle. So even at my age, somebody coming in and helping me, and I know that I've had a lot of help in the past, I appreciate that I've had people come in, but when that's not a consistent thing, when someone comes in and then they stop coming in, that's when the difficulty is. So these are the things that I thought I'd just mention on this video. I know it's late, it's like 25 to 11 at night, and the battery's dying on this, so please like, comment, share and subscribe if you like these kind of informative videos. Thank you very much for subscribing if you already have subscribed to Buzzin Vlogs, and I will see you with a actual vlog as soon as possible. Goodbye.